Grade School Gang. It's 12:25. Today has not been my day, to be honest with you. Yesterday, it's the high of highs. Today, low of lows. And honestly, you're probably not even shocked. If you've been watching the vlogs, this is a regular occurrence. And I will be real, I always enjoy coming on here and telling you guys how I feel and what is going on in my life. So, as you may or may not know, I have been going to therapy for the past couple weeks now. And, there's been a lot of good coming from it. Setting goals, just able to talk to my therapist kind of about everything. A lot of times, especially early on, it felt like this weight kind of got lifted off my chest, but as the weeks have gone by, I'm kind of plateauing, and I realize that I'm kind of hitting this loop, this dark loop that I feel like I've been stuck in for a while. And like I've mentioned it a few times on the vlogs, this idea of like the high of highs and low of lows, these 5 a.m. mornings where I feel great, I'm actually smiling, my life feels amazing. And then you have days like today where I wake up at like 6:11, not really at 5. Like I wake up at 5 and then, it's snooze, snooze, snooze. And then you wake up at 6:11 and that feeling of not only guilt, but like failure, like, oh, I failed this goal. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, let's just lay in bed. Oh, I'll do this and at this time. And then I never get up and do it. And I sit there until I absolutely have no choice but to get up and go to my class. Even sometimes, guys, it's hard. It's hard to even want to get up and go to that class. But I don't know. I was sitting in painting class today, and my therapist and I had talked. He's a really great guy, and he's very real with me. And that's what I really enjoy about him, is like, he's the type of guy that doesn't always like just sugarcoat shit. Like, he's gonna tell you like what he truly thinks, because at the end of the day, what's the point of doing therapy if we're not making any progress? And he told me straight up, he's like, honestly, Carter, like, you're very bright, you have a good head on your shoulders, that type of stuff, but he's like, truly, I think that there is some underlying depression going on. There's like, past the point, you can't rely on these little spurts of motivation if like I'm having trouble really getting out of bed. Like, there's a lot of the I guess side effects of depression, like mild to moderate depression, that I've been experiencing like to a T. And that's the thing. Like, I could come on here, I could talk about that stuff, and I've also, I don't know, like, this is a lot. I'm sorry, but this is a lot. But when I was back in, it was high school. Yeah, it was high school. My mom, the year before COVID, so like 2019-ish, wanted to get me on antidepressants. There was a study going on at the University of Cincinnati for Zoloft, and I was about to go through with it and be a full-fledged antidepressant kid. COVID hits. Study no longer going on. Life is altered. Life goes on in a sense, and I kind of put that behind me. And I've always kind of had like in my mind, like, oh, antidepressants like just make you numb. You can't have sex. You can't bust a nut. What the fuck? Just a lot. Like, I've only ever heard very negative things, and are they all necessarily true? To an extent, I will get to that, but I'd always kind of push it off, like, I want to deal with it myself. And like, past the point, like today kind of was like my breaking point. I was like, okay, like, this is not working. Like, something here is not working. Do we try the antidepressants? Like, is this the solution? And I'm gonna put maybe 1 or 2 videos at the end of this vlog, and it's the type of videos I see on Instagram Reels. Like, I literally opened Instagram Reels after having all these thoughts, and this is, or those are the type of videos that it showed me, and it, like, spoke directly through the fucking screen to me, and just told me, like, would the old Carter fall to something like this? Like, don't get me wrong, I might, like, truly, I don't know, but I might be someone who would benefit from taking antidepressants, but I also realized that a lot of habits in my life have not been living up to where they should be in order to try and fix it naturally. From the diet to the consistent workouts to the sleep schedule, there's a lot of things that start to add up, and yes, there might be some underlying depression going into that mix, but I remember times not too long ago, this summer, when I was in jiu-jitsu, how fucking happy I was, guys. I truly felt like I had a purpose, a schedule, and fulfillment in my life. And for the first time in a while, I really felt like depression was almost weakened. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really that thought. Now, I'm out of jiu-jitsu. My schedule, my life is kind of wonky. I don't really have that direct purpose. Like, sure, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, go to school, do this. But on a day-to-day basis, finding that little bit, that sliver of motivation can oftentimes be very difficult for me. And that's why I'm ending up in my bed, rotting away a lot of days. And I hate it, guys. Like, it's just this cycle of guilt and frustration within myself. And I know, like, I don't know, some of this stuff I've spoken about, some of this, you're probably like, what is going on? I just came for my entertainment, my pull-ups, and jerk off to Carter's back. I get it. But I always like to be authentic and upfront with you guys. But I think I want to fight one more time. I don't want to quite go the antidepressant route yet. I want to give this one more shot of really working on changing my habits and really attempting, like I said, to just try and change myself one last time before I go to this backup plan of antidepressants. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to try and just fall back on that. If anything, I don't want it to come to that. I don't want to have to go and get a prescription and do all that. Like, I feel like I've made so much steps in my life to get out of, even though it's not necessarily like weed or an alcohol, it's still a drug. And I don't know. I just don't want anything like mind altering, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, shrooms, it's a little different, but you know what I mean? Like, I want my body to be in like a natural state. Like, I want my chemicals in my brain to work as normal as they can. And I don't know, something for me personally feels very unnatural about that. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. Pretty much, I want to give this one last shot of really working towards my goals and just micro wins, man, micro wins. And I guarantee you, not every day is probably going to be these 5 a.m. starts and blah, blah, blah. But I want to just get little wins, break that cycle, chip away at it any way that I can. And I know that consistency is possible. I mean, motherfuck. I've been vlogging for 630 something days. I'm sober for 21 months. I did push-ups for 100 days straight. I'm doing pull-ups for about 40 days straight right now. I know it's in me to break cycles and to create habits and do things if I really set my mind to it. And I'm sure you guys see that with me as well. But for some reason, these just seem like these overwhelming clouds of or storms, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that just always seem to linger or come back, this fog, if you will. But I want to start making little wins. So my goal is, right now, forget all the shit going on in my life. Tomorrow, we start anew. Fuck those goals I set with my therapist, at least for this week, alright? Fuck the waking up 3 times for the 7 days at 5 a.m. Fuck that. I want to do this for me. Not just because of some goal I set with my therapist or, any other reason. I want to do this for myself and to show myself that I still have that little bit of fight in me. And I know there's going to be times like this. Like I'm in school. I'm kind of alone right now, to be honest with you. I don't got a girlfriend. I don't got any of that shit. I rarely have any friends at school, to be honest. Like I have like peers and stuff, but I really don't hang out with anybody because everybody else that I really know drinks and smokes and does all that, which is fine, but it's just not who I want to separate or surround myself with at the moment. That's why, like I said, jiu-jitsu was so important. It gave me those wins. It gave me that determination. It gave me the physical and mental aspects, the wins. Surrounding myself with like-minded people, that's why it just meant so much to me. And it didn't matter how bruised or battered my face fucking looked. Trust me, there were some times where I looked absolutely chopped because of it. But I loved every single second of it. I loved every drop of fucking sweat on those mats. Because I earned it. You know what I mean? I felt like there was structure and purpose, and I earned it. And now I'm sitting here and I lack it. However, jiu-jitsu, I think that says a lot. Not only about battling depression and trying to beat it, but this idea that I need structure and I need not only that bit of discipline, and I love throwing that fucking word around, but I need structure, discipline, and purpose for all things in my life and the things that I can control. There's a lot of things outside of my control, but the things that I can try and control, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give it a piece of my life and my soul. And I know this probably is not what you're expecting to come onto a vlog and listen to, but these are the thoughts that go in my mind, guys. Like, yes, I can be entertaining and funny and stuff, but I'm also a real ass motherfucker. Like, I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you how I feel. And maybe it's in these bursts all at once, but I still rather do that and speak my mind than keep letting it fucking eat at me and have to come on here and sometimes put on that fake smile, which I often don't do. I truly am myself. I am authentic, because although these vlogs are for you guys, they're also for myself when I get older, or when I die, or whatever the ending of this will be. But yeah, so I always try and be true and authentic on here and say it how it is, because I don't want to come on here and watch this in 15 years and not know what the fuck actually happened. But yeah, so right now, I'm sitting in my room. It's 10:38. We got our pull-ups and we got our reading to do. Those will never go away for these 100 days or whatever. But I'm not going to speak about what I'm going to do tomorrow, because I don't want that idea that if for some reason it doesn't happen, that I fail you guys. I just want that failure to be on myself, in a sense. I don't even know if that's a good thing. But yeah, I have it written down. I have my alarm set. And now all I have to do is act. And that's the thing, man. I can do it for one day, but can I do it for 2? 3? We're getting ahead of ourselves even there. But 2 days in a row is my goal. 2 days. Doesn't even... My main goal is to blow up and then act like I ain't know nobody. Sorry. None of you guys probably got that reference. But, yeah. I'd like to get up at 5 a.m. just for 2 days, man. 2 days. Because, I mean, you guys saw yesterday. The highs. I mean, fuck, the thumbnail. When does that ever happen? I felt great. I felt amazing. And then I'm sitting in my painting class today, dazed off, staring. Nothing felt real. I felt fucking exhausted. Probably because of the melatonin pill as well. But I felt like shit. And I'm sitting there and I'm just questioning, like, why? Like, what is the reason that I feel like this. And I know it's not one thing. I know it's not a simple answer, or it would have been solved ages ago. But I'm not going to rely on a pill to solve my problems. I'm gonna rely on myself, my determination, and my will that I've showed throughout these 632 days, 3 days, whatever. 634 days. That I know that I can overcome things if I truly set my mind to it. So without further ado, I'm going to do my pull-ups. I'm going to read. I have my vacuum up here so I can vacuum up Rieger's puke. Let's just say this morning when I was laying in bed, Rieger, God bless her soul, she could have easily fucking puked in my bed, and I would have been like, oh, I'm sorry, dog, but what the fuck? But no, she got up, and she ran towards that door. She went out into the hallway, and she yacked. She purposefully got off my bed, went and puked in the hallway. Yes, it was still very disgusting, and yes, it was animal parts from her toys, but still, the fact that she did that, utmost respect for that dog. So, it's been a wild day. It really has. But it's not the end. Not quite. Thank you guys for allowing me to have this platform to come on here and talk about my emotions openly. This isn't quite the comment section of Instagram where people would clown the shit out of me, hopefully. But yeah, like, I feel like I've built such a loyal community and fan base here. If fan base just feels wrong even saying that, but a community here of like-minded individuals, or at least just people that in some facet or another are drawn to me. And I'm the utmost grateful for that. You know, I've got people in my life, in a sense. I've got the therapist, I've got my mom, my dad, my brother, some friends. But you guys are truly who I come to confide to. Even though any of those people could come on here and watch this and see that part of my life, I still feel like I'm able to put a different part of me on these. The real Carter is on these vlogs. You know, all these different people that I just mentioned have these perceived notions of who Carter is. He's the burnout. He's the art kid. He's my son. He's my daughter. Or whatever. You get what I'm saying. Everybody has these notions of me. These ideas. But you, and these vlogs, I think they know a little bit about the real Carter. Not just those characters. So let's do these pull-ups. And if you've been listening for 18 minutes straight, what are you doing? I'm just kidding. Thank you, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for sitting and caring about the words that come out of my mouth. And yes, I'm doing this for myself, but a piece of me is always doing it for you guys. Alright, enough sopping. Let's do some fucking pull-ups, pussy.
Yeah, the sun out, so my boys want to when you get money every day like Saturday. Niggas lying, yeah, you stuck with a cap and fit. Niggas ratting, they get hit with the Mac today. This my, I don't even know what happened to grandma in the kitchen, still singing happy days. I just popped the G6, I'm in my happy place. She was tripping, had to ask her what people think. I can make you love me, just want to privilege. Sex first, then we should have an accident. Gave me head, so my shit on decapitate. Look me in my eye, we on that nasty. They make it rain in the club like a nasty. They told them that I'm coming, don't know ejaculate. Victory, pocket boy, me not having shit. Fuck that overcoat and that's for your jacket. When bro just made his money back off a half a foot. Rollie cost me 40,000, that's half a foot. I remember when the niggas all matching. Portfolios, now they already abstinent. Wish before me, that my big practice abstinent. Wishes don't come true until you just practice it. Yes, we spending it, but you know we stacking. I was stepping on the beat to the level. If she shake her ass, you know I'm gonna slap her. She was sucking like right on her knees. My mama was bitch, she said, girl, what is happening? She said, baby, you know you got a problem. She said, my mom just knowing the captain. You know they ain't even looking up, stack out the Texas. They just can't see my blessing. It's some niggas that really just want blessing. But you know I got some niggas that bless me. I'm not talking about like an athlete. Tell my money, yeah, I turn to an athlete. Happy in my business together. I have 3 million in taxes. I got it all for this love, yeah. They said it's 3 million that's missing. I ain't say nothing, I stay loving. Couple dogs on me say, hey, victory, that's the nerd in me. I remember when your ashes disturbed me. You see that same energy with the urge. I'm lifting these big old stacks like my name Hercules. Bulletproof on my tank, that's my insurgency. These old niggas will rap me like a broccoli. I can make you look just when I'm percolate. Sex first, then we jab it after you gave me head to my shit, I'm decapitated. Look me in my eye and do all that nasty thing. Make it rain in the club like a nasty day. Told them that I'm coming, don't know ejaculate. Victory, pocket boy, you not having kids. That overcoat and I still ejaculate. Don't just make it money back off a half a plate. Rollie cost me 40,000, that's half the face. I remember when them niggas all acting before me old, now they offering me accident. Wish before me, now my bitch practice abstinence. Wishes don't come true until you just practice it. Niggas broke, never always be happening. Yes, we spending it, but you know we stacking it.
Four more. Alright, Riggs. What a set of pull-ups. 15. I'm coming for you. Motherfucker. I ain't holding back. Alright, guys. It's been a vlog, hasn't it? I feel like a weight, truly, to lift it off my damn chest. But as you can probably tell, what's been going on a youngin's mind. But yeah, so just gonna chip away at it, man. And I know a lot of this I feel like I've already said on here, which I probably have, but I don't know, man. This kind of feels like my back is against the wall in a sense. Like, just kind of, like I said, the last bit of fight I got in me, in a sense, before I'm on to trying different things or onto our backup plan. But this time, it ain't gonna be so easy to kill me. I'm gonna, I don't know. I mean, I think you saw it in the pull-ups. We got that little fire in me, and I gotta kindle it, keep it alive, not just for one day, but for as long as I can, and nurture it, give it little wins, little sparks of greatness, and that flame will burn eternally if I keep it going right. So let's read tonight's verse. My back feels pumped. Even some of you guys have been noticing my shit's lucky starting to fucking blow up. It's fucking blowing my back out. No, but seriously, it is actually crazy. Like the definition, especially like in the upper and like mid back, it's definitely coming together. And some of the reps, I oftentimes feel like I'm doing a bit of a shorter range of motion, which I probably should go down and like rest the bottom of every rep. But I'm getting up to a point, like, rep count-wise, where it's, if I were to really stretch at the bottom of every single rep, I feel like it would take damn near triple the time just because of the exhaustion. But then again, I try and mix in a couple of them, especially, like, when I feel like I don't have any more, I really stretch at the bottom, because it's really how muscles are grown, is not only from the contraction, but the deep stretch, because that's where you really get those micro tears in the muscle. and can grow back with good sleep and a good diet. Also, tomorrow, since our camera class is optional, we're not going to go because it's optional. And we have things that we need to do, like getting a fucking car battery. Yes, that's right. I said it. All I need is my mom to send me the Sam's Club information. And we're going to go to Sam's Club. Already found the battery and everything, and they put it in for me and toss away the old one. So, kind of a no-brainer. I called her. Sound like everything. She had it right there, had all the information, and, even asked her for the membership number about an hour later, and no response. The moment when your mom goes you over a Sam's Club membership. So, she did say she wanted to meet with me tomorrow. I think she wants to come over, so, yeah, maybe. But I want to get that shit done on my off day. Also, we might go on a little trip and get some photos. Start to try and chip away, see what we can do for our exam of our theme being timelessness or timeless. Somebody had a great idea about the sun and the moon and the sky. That's a great one. I looked if there was any like super moons or like really big moons that I'd be able to like capture and get a really great photo of. The next full moon is December 4th. And that's also like when we're doing our critique for this, so that's not gonna work. Maybe like last minute, maybe, but I kind of want to have it figured out before that. But I also found a really cool idea of, there was like, I don't know, I was looking into seeing like if any famous photographers had done something on timelessness, and a lot of people did portraits and stuff, but I was looking more for like objects and things like that, actual subjects, not just portraits. And skulls. Someone did skulls with like fruits and plants, and I think it's like a still life, but it's set up like that, and I think that is like a beautiful way of representing that, because in a lot of older Renaissance paintings and a lot of just paintings throughout history, not even just Renaissance, often implored the use of skulls, or there's also a few other icons, but pretty much it's that idea of memento mori, just reminding you of death, whether it was through like a skull or a clock, or even like sometimes it was like violin or something like that. But yeah, there was oftentimes they would paint that very subtly or very obvious in a painting, just to be like a reminder, like, you're gonna die, bud. You're gonna fucking die. So use your time wisely, in a sense. So I think that would be a beautiful, very deep expressionate, a way full of a lot of expression to represent life and death, getting withered flowers and leaves, and blooming flowers and fruits and vegetables and things that have life, and then that skull. I feel like I could create a really beautiful still life and photograph that in black and white. I feel like would just be beautiful. But yeah, if you have any more ideas for that, let me know. I've kind of started a little notes, or notes page in my iPhone of just some floating ideas, just to throw them out there. I'm kind of thinking about having one be like knowledge. I don't know. Like there's so many directions I could take it. I'm not even going to get into it, but it's verse 69. I mean, is it just not a perfect night? It's also the 19th of November. February 19th of last year was the day I became sober. 19th of every month is a subtle reminder, especially when I see it pop up. I'm like, damn. What went into that fucking day to make that the day that I go sober? I think I was just fed up. Feeling like shit. Knowing like I wasn't going to amount to anything. That my life was going pretty downhill. if you go back to day one of the vlogs, I was working at a job that was a commission-based job. It was kind of cool. Pretty much just like calling people all day, local businesses, about if they wanted like a new website and stuff. You can pretty much expect the answer. Fuck no. So your boy made like $0. So I was living off $0, stealing my brother's weed, smoking, fucking shaved my head. I was fucking. Look how far we've come. Just fuck, man. Think about that. It's crazy. But yeah, the 19th is always a subtle reminder. So maybe today is that next little day of change. Maybe 11/19 and 2/19 have a little symbiotic relationship. All I know is the verse 69 is sitting in front of me, and it's as freaky as ever. One page, short, sweet, pleasurable. Only lasts, okay. Verse 69 goes as follows. The great warriors have a saying. I dare not act as host, but would rather be a guest. I dare not advance an inch, but would rather retreat a foot. So advance, but do not use your feet. Seize, but do not use your arms. Cut, but do not use your sword. Fight, but do not use your own power. There is no greater misfortune than feeling I have an enemy. For when I and enemy exist together, there is no room left for my treasure. Thus, when two opponents meet, the one without an enemy will surely triumph. The one without an enemy will surely triumph. This one's very metaphorical, I guess is the word for it. Like, I feel like there's a very deep cut of knowledge buried within these words. So advance, but do not use your feet. Hold on. I dare not act as host, but would rather be a guest. I dare not advance an inch, but would rather retreat a foot. Cut, but do not use your sword. Fight, but do not use your own power. There is no greater misfortune than feeling I have an enemy. I mean, you just can't make it up. The storage filled up. I mean, I did fill myself yapping for about, 20 minutes on there. But alright, y'all. Oh, gosh. 19th. Hopefully you can see it. If not, it's getting a check, boys. Have a good night. I'll see you on the other side.
Man, you don't need Zoloft. What you really need to do is have a life that doesn't suck. The reason why you're so depressed is because you work this fucking terrible job where you sit in a cubicle all day and you stare at a computer and you file paperwork for some big company. You get home, you're tired, your feet hurt, and what are you gonna do? You're gonna watch television, you're gonna talk to your wife, who you've been involved in this fucking crazy monogamous relationship with for 20 years where you have no desire to have sex with her anymore, and you don't even communicate because most of your life you spend away from each other. You don't have any you don't have any shared interests. So what do? Well, you get depressed. You get bummed out. Your life seems pointless and hopeless. You're 40. You're dying. So what are they going to do? They're going to give you a pill. You're going to feel better. Well, what they really need to tell you is you need to do something with your life and make it more interesting. You need to be involved in something that you actually like doing. You only have one fucking life. You gotta waste your life working for somebody? You should stop your need for accumulating objects and stop your need for, a big car and a big house and find out something that you actually love to do and figure out a way to do it for a living. Whether it's stand-up comedy or fucking music or writing a book, whatever it is, that's what's going to make you happy. Be involved in relationships where you're actually friends with each other. This is the thing I've been saying to people. People getting involved in these crazy relationships where they have these predetermined patterns of behavior that they think they have to follow. You have to see someone, and once you see them, you should only have sex with that one person, and you should be monogamous, and you should stay together, and you know what? You know, sometimes you got to do what the wife wants you to do. No, you don't!
People can get comfortable with a win and slack off then. Slack off on the training, slack off on the diet. They've won one. They're winners now. That's not me, you know. You sleep on a win and you'll wake up with a loss. So I just carry on.
Alright, and then to end off a wild vlog, here is just a crazy little drawing I did earlier while I was at work. Pulled back at the tablet. I don't know, it's some bat creature thing. It was just more fun to doodle than anything. But yeah, I think it turned out cool. Posted it on Instagram, so yeah, have a good one.